Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, Amy Tarkanian joins us. She's the former Republican State Party chair for the whole show of the all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
From your house to the White House, the folks at D&D Roofing can get it fixed with their eyes closed.
Retail's impact on Nevada's economy? Enormous. 8,600 businesses, large and small, employing 145,000 workers. And last fiscal year, retail paid tax on nearly $60 billion in sales. We're the Retail Association of Nevada. We support retail, we help it grow, and we mean business.
RANNV.org.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Safety is the #1 priority for the trucking industry. Over $7 billion a year is spent on technology like this electronic eye that will apply the brakes automatically. But the most important factor for safety is the truck driver. These hardworking men and women who safely move over 70% of our nation's freight and 94% of Nevada's. We thank you because trucks move America forward.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're always pleased to welcome Amy Tarkanian back to the program. She's the former Republican State Party chair. Pleasure to have you here.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Now you have suddenly become a Northern Nevadan.
I am, and I'm so excited to be here. We moved our entire family up to Douglas County. We are in the Gardnerville area, and we now have 3 high school students enrolled at Douglas High School. And we are waiting to find out if we are approved for a zone variance for our son to hopefully either go to Minden Elementary, and then we're zoned for another school. So, plus my oldest is a driver. She's a new driver, so she's going to help us get everyone to and from school. So this is actually pretty exciting overall. Yes, and exactly. So we came from Vegas, so we don't have to worry about her hopping on the 15, the 95, the 215. It's a lot easier.
Well, good for you. Well, welcome to Northern Nevada, and a very active political community, and very conservative in Douglas County. So you guys will definitely fit right in.
Yes.
So let's address the rumor that's been out there, which is Danny planning to make a run for CD2, or he's just.
Is that going on?
No, I'd never heard that.
No, he's not planning on running. We are totally fine, and have good relationships with Congressman Amadei. In fact, I had my first shopping experience at the Walmart up there, and I ran into former Senator Dean Heller, and I hear in the produce aisle, "Amy!" And I turned around, and there's Dean with his smile, from ear to ear, and we chit-chatted for a little while and caught up. And I've already been in communication on a regular basis with the Settlemeyers. They've been very helpful with our transition. So yes, we are definitely in welcome territory.
Well, the most important invitation is sunset at the Settlemeyer Ranch, because they have the most beautiful views of Jovis Peak, as you know, because we did the shows out there a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they definitely are blessed with their property.
All right, so thoughts. Adam Laxalt, they're going to do another Basque fry at the Corley Ranch.
Yeah, right up the road from where I live.
Yeah, what's next for Adam Laxalt, do you think?
I don't know. I haven't spoken with him actually since we've made the move. Actually, I haven't talked to him for quite some time, to be honest. I don't know. I think he's just staying involved, maybe to kind of see if there's an opening. I mean, you mentioned rumors. There's rumors that he was looking at CD2. There was rumors he was looking at another run for governor.
And Mark Amadei's response was, Bring it on.
Bring it on, big fella. Yeah, I don't know if that would be a wise move. I know that Congressman Amodei is very well respected, and people love him up here. And it's a safe seat for him. So I think that would not be wise if Adam did that.
All right, so let's take a look at the national scene. You are doing so much now on national television between Fox News and MSNBC, so you're being very chivalrous.
It's fun, and I got to do Bloomberg for the first time too a few weeks ago, which was a lot of fun.
Okay, so what's the response from the different audiences after you've made an appearance on these shows, knowing that you are, you know, a spokesman for the Republicans?
Well, it also depends on the topic. I'm very honest, and if there's something that the president does that I don't agree with, I will share that. If there's something that, say, someone like Tulsi Gabbard mentions, who's a candidate for the Democrat side on the presidential ticket, if she says that I agree with, I will go ahead and share that. It's not really party for me, even though I am a Republican and I am a former state party chair. I will call it out as I see it. So I think I've done a pretty good job on getting respect from both sides in that area. But there are moments where I will go on MSNBC in particular, which is interesting. And my social media, let's just say it's not very pleasant. By the time I walk off the set, there's a lot of name calling, a lot of vitriolic comments. I mean, I've been called everything under the name, like the C word, the B word, the F word.
Do you respond?
No, it's pointless.
Because I find that when people either write emails to me or text or leave voicemails, that they don't actually expect me to ever read them or hear them.
Right.
And when I respond or call them back, they are shocked and then almost apologetic instantly and become friends by the time that conversation is over.
Well, that's nice.
Because I don't think they expect you to respond.
Then, but no, I think we have a lot of keyboard warriors that are brave behind their cell phones or behind their computers, and literally just don't have an interest in what I have to say and just want to be argumentative and nasty. So no, I haven't responded. I just pretty much let it go and go about my business. I'm not going to let them steal my thunder, steal my joy, or take my smile away. So.
All right. Yeah. Well, happy Amy.
There we go.
All right. So let's talk about, when we saw the Tea Party come into action in the Republican Party, we saw a split between the more moderate Republicans and people who were trying to make a difference from the way that things have been done. Now we're seeing the same thing with the Democratic Party, where you would think that they would have a better shot at getting their message across in this particular election cycle, and you're seeing this schism between the moderate Democrats and the more liberal Democrats. Your thoughts?
Well, as you know, primaries bring out those type of individuals. You usually have the base that pays more close attention in the primaries, and you've got either far to the left or very far to the right. There's very little in between until it's time for the general. So the Democrats do need to be cautious. They do need to be very careful because they've hit this new area where I think the majority of Americans find them to be very toxic and irrational.
In what way?
Well, as far as wanting to shut down ICE, some of them wanting to do the Green New Deal, which would cost trillions of dollars instead of maybe doing baby steps. You've got people who are willing to have open borders without any rules in place at all. These are crazy talking points. These are not rational talking points. And then, of course, let's be fair, like you mentioned the Tea Party, you've got those far, far to the right. We have to be able to try to bring these people to the center, and I think that's why Joe Biden is probably the most appealing, despite his blunders, his many blunders that he's making. He seems to be continuing to make. I don't think it's going to be as easy as the Democrats had hoped to make him their nominee because of all of his gaffes.
So who do you see as the likely nominee on the Democratic side, or pick three that you think are the top?
Well, here in Nevada, from what I've seen that's been reported, financially, though, Biden is still in the lead as far as the amount of donations that have been made to him. But then you've got somebody like Elizabeth Warren or a Kamala Harris, or even a Cory Booker who has his mother in Las Vegas. There are ties here. At least with Elizabeth Warren, while I don't agree with her, she is bringing forth plans. She has ideas. People joke and say she's always coming up with idea after idea after idea. Well, isn't that what you would want, though, with a politician? You want them to bring forth ideas. You want them to reflect who they're representing.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No.
I'll tell you what the general public wants is sound bites. They want something that's in a 30-second commercial that they can hear endlessly, and then go and vote based upon that. Because let's face it, Amy, you are going to read some of these policy positions. I'm going to read some of these policy positions. Ask Jan Jones, who ran for governor and put out these great policy positions. Her mother read them. I think I read them, and I was very impressed. And nobody else did, and she didn't become governor. So I don't think that anybody is sitting down over the dinner table going, well, mother, let's have a look here and see what the...
So we need the Cliff Notes version, basically. Yeah, I think you're right. No, you're right on that. We need Cliff Notes. It's almost like we've all become a nation of ADHD.
Right, but I mean, look at the debates. Are they politics or are they entertainment? I say they're entertainment.
And President Trump is the perfect example of that. He's the king of 30-second sound bites. He's the king of, being on Twitter constantly and making the headlines. So yeah, you're right on that.
All right, wow. Okay, I was right on something. Let my wife know. We'll be right back.
Tamarack Junction is South Reno's hotspot with over 450 of the latest slots and video games. Sully Sports Bar, the Dining Car Restaurant, William Hill Sportsbook, and the Tamarack Steakhouse and Lounge. We're just north of the Summit Mall in South Virginia.
Yeah.
Because of UMC, I'm putting my free time to good use.
Because of UMC, she keeps me on my toes.
Because of UMC and this guy, I'm here.
UMC, the highest level of care in Nevada.
Hi, I'm Eric Robnett, owner of Home Energy Experts. Has this ever happened to you?
Honey, did you remember to turn down the thermostat?
Forgetting to set the temperature? Not fun. We can help. Our new smart thermostat keeps the temperature set for your comfort all by itself.
I'm feeling hot now.
To increase your comfort, go to homeenergyexperts.com for details. That's homeenergyexperts.com.
The signs and symptoms of cataracts can start out small with subtle changes in your vision. So don't wait. Be proactive and take your vision into your own hands. If you're experiencing the onset of cataracts or just have questions, contact your eye care professional or call Eye Care Associates of Nevada today. Dr. Hiss has years of experience specializing in the surgical correction of eye disorders and has completed over 84,000 vision correcting procedures. At Eye Care Associates of Nevada, we'll change the way you look at the world.
The Tamarack Junction Steakhouse is known for signature steaks, handcrafted cocktails, and world-class wines. Join us Thursdays and Friday nights from 4:30 to 6:30 in the Steakhouse Lounge for live music, gourmet plates, and well-priced wines, just north of the Summit Mall on South Virginia.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation. I think I can call you a national political personality now, Amy Tarkanian.
I'll roll with it.
So we were talking about what people respond to, and you started to say something about Clark County voters. Tell me.
Well, it's interesting dynamics when you travel the entire state of Nevada. In Clark County, of course, just like with the rest of the state, we have 2 weeks of early voting. And it seems that probably most likely because we are so transient in the South, people aren't as invested. They're kind of just testing the waters to see if they're going to stick around or not. And so when you have the 2 weeks of early voting, I do find that quite often people will be surprised that we've already been voting about a week into it, sometimes a week and a half into it. And then when election day comes, it's like, oh, well, yeah, I forgot all about that. Where when you start to travel in the rurals and you come up to the north, you can go to the smallest county here in Nevada, and they will have on the legislative session in the corner of a room. Every room, they know exactly which bill draft request is up next. I mean, they are on it. I don't want to say that everyone in Clark County is not on it, but for the most part, people are just, worried about putting food on their table, getting from point A to point B, seeing which school they're going to put their kid in, if they're going to stay for the entire school year, or if they're going to make it big and gamble and then go home, wherever that home may be.
But you've been on the
different dynamic.
You've been on the campaign trail many, many times, and you know that politics is part of the social cycle in rural Nevada. I mean, it is a big part of life. And so it doesn't surprise me that people will be more aware of what's going on politically, because they don't have, like you say, it's not going to take 30 minutes to get from one part of the valley to the other.
Right.
It takes them maybe 30 minutes to drive to the next town to go to Walmart or something. But there's a larger interest level there. I would say that probably Washoe County is closer to Clark County than it is to rural Nevada in terms of
I would agree.
People being involved in politics, and people just don't have doesn't it all become noise at a certain point?
Sure, yeah, to a degree, just like the first time we moved into Las Vegas, and there's billboards, tons of them, but then you become immune after a while. You know, you block it all out. You've seen it 100 times, you block it out. In the rural areas, though, people forget their local politics actually makes a big difference. So they're not always concerned, even though they are extremely concerned with, say, the U.S. Senate or the state Senate. People don't realize how important, like, the city councils are, how important their school boards are, and that's really, I mean, they're heavily focused in their local politics, probably more so than they would be in, say, in the South.
And isn't it, it's funny, I joined Toastmasters a long, long time ago. And I was amazed to realize in their table topics that the #1 topic that everybody had a voice in was about education, and especially about K through 12. And yet you see the kinds of people that we elect, not all of them, but certain members of the school boards in both Washoe and Clark, that you just kind of shake your head as, how did they get elected? How were they not vetted? But then again, whose job is it now to do the vetting? Because it's certainly not the news media. They have, with some exceptions, I think the Las Vegas Review-Journal is doing an excellent job in terms of covering the education system in Clark County. But elsewhere, well, if there's a problem, we cover it. But the day-to-day, not so much.
Well, it's left up to the responsibility of the voter. And like you mentioned,
who has no time,
right? Exactly. And not only that, but like you mentioned in the previous segment, we're now a
soundbite
society. So it is left up to the voter. And I took some heat for this on the previous election night, when I actually took the mic and said, whose fault is this? If you're not happy with who you voted for, it is yours and yours alone. And I'm talking to the voters. It is harsh for me to say that, but it's reality. It is up to the voters to do their homework.
So you got no regrets about that?
Nope, not at all.
Dean Heller, why did he lose?
Oh gosh, I haven't even gone back to that, honestly.
Well, you had Jackie Rosen, who had gone from being the president of a synagogue, very nice lady. Dean is a very nice man, but she had no political experience prior. Ran for Congress with the backing of Senator Reid. Was it the fact that she had no history that enabled her to move forward, and that Dean had a history? But was it also Dean's confidence level? It didn't appear that Dean had a confidence level that should have reflected the many years he had in public life.
Now you're going to get me in trouble with my with my neighbor, so to speak. The very first day I went shopping in Douglas County, I actually ran into former Senator Heller, and we had a very nice conversation. But I think the fact that he didn't stand firm on a number of issues that was really speaking to the Republican base, such as health care. That right there was a big hit for him in a negative way.
And being wishy-washy on Trump?
Yes. Those two in particular really hit him pretty hard. And you're right, Jackie came in and she had a clean slate, didn't have a voting record to stand on, and pretty much stayed out of the limelight as much as possible which that is a way to campaign. You know, some people find that to be
sadly, it's more and more a way to campaign.
Yes, yes. So the less you speak, that is a strategy, and that's what she did. And so they basically just attacked Dean relentlessly, and it worked, unfortunately.
All right, let's take a break. More with Amy Tarkanian when we come back.
Dimitri Prine here for Design Outdoor. Come visit Design Outdoor's store and backyard to see our wide selection of fire pits, barbecues, and pizza ovens, natural stone water features and fountains, and frost-proof pottery. Our store and backyard are located at 11600 South Virginia, just north of DeMonte Ranch Parkway. Visit designoutdoor.com or call us at 851-9499.
One of the most psychologically damaging things parents can do to children in divorce is disparage one another, which is why I can't believe I even have to make this commercial. Half of your kids' genetics come from this person you're spewing hate about. Your children have the right to love you both, but more than that, they deserve to love themselves.
Marilyn York might be a men's rights divorce attorney, but this is for every selfish parent. Shut up!
Hi, I'm Dave Newman. Remember me? I used to be the house detective, and now I'm a realtor full-time at RE/MAX Realty Affiliates. A lot of people ask me, how's the market? You know what? It's fantastic. If you're even kicking around the idea of buying or selling, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Call me at RE/MAX Realty Affiliates and just ask for the guy who used to be the house detective, Dave Newman.
Everyone is talking about opioids, but they're not the only drugs that can be harmful if taken in large quantities or not as prescribed. You also need to be aware of side effects from anxiety drugs, muscle relaxants, sleep aids, and stimulants. Mixing prescription drugs with other drugs or alcohol can be dangerous. If you take Ambien with a glass of wine, it may be enough to stop you from breathing. Prescribed drugs can be just as dangerous as illegal drugs. Take medications only as directed.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Amy Tarkanian. She's the former Republican State Party chair. Tom Steyer kind of fascinates me. He, for those that don't know, is another Democratic candidate, a billionaire, definitely totally anti-Trump, of course, as you would expect. But it just seems like he embodies most of the things that Democrats would not normally be in favor of, and yet he is pushing his money solidly into Nevada. I can't even count at this point. I'm probably up to a dozen mailers from him in the last couple of weeks. I mean, a dozen mailers. So old tech as far as the communication strategy.
With what message? Because I haven't seen any mail pieces since I've been moving. So
you know, I'm going to tell you something, and actually, it's not that I'm proud or not proud about it, but I take all that stuff and I put it in the garbage. Okay. Because there's nothing I'm going to see in a mailer that I believe. You know, if I listen to somebody talking or I read a story that's written about somebody that is from a reliable source, to me at least, then that's what I'm interested in. Every mailer I've ever seen says, I believe in education, I believe in the environment, I believe in good government, I believe in saving taxpayers' money, I believe in lower tax.
So it's to sell himself.
Well, yeah.
Is that what it is?
It's all the same.
The mail.
It goes in the trash. It's old technology. You know, it goes in with.
It still works though to a degree.
To whom?
Well, you know, once again, let's talk about 2 weeks of early voting. If you
people
flood
who are
the
lonely,
mailboxes,
hang on, people who are lonely, people who don't have anything to do with their life, that they go to their mailbox and they go through all the coupons in the Val Pack, and then they go through and read the coupons for the grocery stores, and then they get to Tom Steyer or whoever else.
Right.
It's old technology. Who's using that? People who are 90? Come on.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
What people who
I
are
could
90
be wrong.
Vote.
I'm not arguing about that, and
Right.
they're a decent voting block. But I mean.
Okay, well,
we don't buy
90,
yellow
so
page.
Seniors are a voting block in a pretty important
No
one.
offense to my friends who are in their 90s.
Yeah.
But the yellow pages don't work anymore. Yellow pages don't exist anymore.
Right. No, I know, but Okay, so I do know though
Who
that
doesn't
that
have
is
a
a
phone?
strategy. If you flood the mailboxes.
It's a waste of money.
It's really not, though. I will say it still works. It does. It truly does. So, but you need to do it timely.
Yeah,
do the 2
it's
weeks of early voting,
expensive.
not several months out. Because you're right. Everyone's going to do the exact same thing you did. It's either going to go in the trash. It's going to be at the bottom of their bird cage. It's that's where it's going to go. So he's wasting his money. Quite honestly, he's wasting his time.
It tells me he doesn't have a smart campaign staff, because
No.
they should have taken that money and put it, at minimum, they should have put it into radio, because they could buy a lot of radio.
Put it into another candidate that's already built up their name recognition, already has a base.
Isn't it hard when you're a billionaire to be,
well, narcissism, I'm sure, has something to do with it, but I don't know.
He's
Just
not that
guessing.
pretty. No, I'm kidding there. No, but I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't have points, but I mean, at this point, it's just kind of like you have a whole number of fairly qualified candidates on the Democratic side. What is he doing in there?
He's wasting time. He's wasting his time. He's wasting his money. He's wasting everyone else's time.
And he's splitting the vote, because for every vote that
As you
goes
know,
to
there's
him.
still like a bazillion candidates to choose from at this point. They haven't whittled it down far enough. I think we're now at 9. I think that have made 8 or 9 that have made the cut for the next.
It's already seriously getting down to 4 or 5 at this point.
Yes, I would agree. I would agree.
It's going to be a fascinating election cycle. Glad you're in Northern Nevada, so you can come on more often.
Oh, yes. I would love that. I'm so glad to be here.
We appreciate you being here. Amy Tarkanian, and we'll be right back. A bird's eye captures its surroundings at different heights. At Brian Culpa Photography, we can make your imagination soar over buildings, parks, cityscapes, and beyond. Brian's images tell the story and get the job done. If you need a new perspective to tell your story, contact Brian today. Brian Culpa Photography. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
Hey, Dad? What are you learning? This place is great. Huh? You gotta try this.
Wow, this stuff is great. People are gonna love it.
Yes. Yes, they will.
St. Ives Florist, for every holiday and every special occasion. For romance. Custom home design. We have the largest selection of fresh flowers in Northern Nevada. And we also offer a large selection of unique gift items. Come see me, Lorianne, at St. Ives Florist, 700 South Wells Avenue, or call me at 333-9190.
Pro Group Management specializes in providing industries with the necessary components to satisfy and exceed workers' comp requirements. Every business has unique needs and specific regulations. Pro Group Management stays ahead of the curve, providing up-to-date services to keep your industry in top form. Discover how we simplify your tasks, improve efficiency, and reduce expense to keep you moving in a positive direction. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
You can now watch Nevada Newsmakers on YouTube. Subscribe to our Nevada Newsmakers channel. We'll see you on the next broadcast.